Alright everybody, welcome back. And let me just start by saying, anytime you see this pack in any of my videos, there's a guarantee that it has three things, always. It's always going to have some sort of water or electrolytes. It's always going to have a trail mix of some sort, and guaranteed it's always going to have beef jerky. So today what I'm going to be doing is showing you what I do to guarantee my pack always has beef jerky. Now I literally just got this done, pulled it out, cut it up. I mean, it's still a little bit warm. So I've just made my own beef jerky, and with prices that you're seeing in stores, kind of like these right here, so with prices like that, you can understand why making your own is really a great idea. So I've done this beef jerky in the oven. I dehydrated it. It took about 4 hours. We'll go through that here in a few minutes. But I'm just going to take you back, kind of show you the steps that led me to this point, and why basically I'm just not going to buy beef jerky from the store anymore, because this right here turned out perfect. So everybody, if you've got a few minutes, follow along and we'll make some beef jerky. Alright, so now that I have the intro out of the way, this is what I'm going to be working with tonight to make my beef jerky. So I've got 2 packages of eye of round steak, and it's been thin sliced for me already, so I can avoid making a mess out of it. And you can see on the packages, each one's around $7.50. So for the pair of them, just under 2 pounds is almost the same price as prepackaged beef jerky in the store. And I know that the weight's going to change on this, but we'll weigh it at the end when everything gets done, just to see how close we come and how much money we save. And of course over here, I'm going to mix up my own marinade. But just to go over it real quick, these are all the heavy hitters everyone uses: soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, black pepper, garlic powder. I'm going to use paprika for that smoky flavor instead of the liquid smoke. I don't particularly like the liquid smoke. And then the red pepper flakes on the end. I'm going to put all that together in a bowl, and then I'm going to put all my steak in a freezer bag and let it sit in the fridge overnight. Some people say let it sit for 24 hours. Some people say shorter. I've heard people say you can do it in an hour. It's going to be between 6 and 8 for me. So I'll go ahead and whip this together and just kind of give you a quick video of doing this part. And in the morning, we'll get to the actual making the jerky part, and maybe some of the eating the jerky. You got to taste test it. So I'll get started on this, and we'll throw together some jerky. Alright, so to be fair at this point, I'm not going to have measurements on the screen for what I'm using, because I'm really just eyeballing it. When it comes to the marinade, I want to make enough just to coat the meat really well, so when it's in the bag in the fridge overnight, I know that all the meat that's in there is going to have a really good coating. With the black pepper, the garlic powder, and the paprika, generally you can estimate about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half, depending on your flavors. And with the red pepper flakes, it's kind of to taste. If you'd like something with a little extra heat, you can go heavier on the flakes. But if you're looking for just to have the flavor in there, you'll go a little lighter. And that's with any other ingredient you throw in here, just depending on what you're looking for. So this is what I'm going to have for now. And we will see come morning time what this ends up tasting like. Good morning and welcome back. It's 7 in the morning on the dot. So, hope you slept well. And I've gone ahead and taken this out, and I have drained off the excess liquid that was in the bag. There's obviously still going to be stuff left in there. So the next step to this, before we get it ready to dry, is you're going to take your beef out, and I'm going to put it on paper towels and just kind of create a sandwich and just try to squeeze out any excess liquid. The point is we're dehydrating it, so what we get out is just going to help speed up the process a little bit. After that, we're going to take and move it over onto racks. I've got a pan underneath to help with dripping. What you can do, you can dry it directly on your oven racks. Just put a pan underneath to catch everything, but I'm just going to save the cleaning process. And I've got a couple of these pans. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set you guys down right here and adjust you a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and get the beef jerky laid out and get it squeezed out and see if we can't get it started. Alright, so that's complete. See, I've got 2 trays here, all ready to go in. And as you can see, it's okay to have them touch a little bit. You just don't want them to overlap. They're going to shrink up as they dehydrate, so it'll pull them apart. So with the oven, I'm putting it on 175. You want to cook it really low and slow. So 175, I'm going to give it 3 hours, maybe 4 hours. I'll come back after about 3 hours and check it. And what I'm looking for is the consistency of, say, old leather. Still pliable, but you want that little bit of toughness. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in real quick and put them in and forget about them for a while. Like I said, 3 hours. And then this one as well. And then after they're done, we'll pull them out and we'll cut them up and eat them. So I'll be back in a little while, guys. Alright everyone, we are at the 4-hour mark and I'm going to just peek in. Now to be fair, I've already tried a little piece of one just to see how close we were. But this is about exactly what I was looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these out and show you what we've got. Alright, so I'm definitely going to come back in with a pair of scissors and cut them up more smaller pieces, but this is what it made. Looks good so far, and I can confirm, because I did do a taste test, that they do taste great. I do have a little bit of the heat. Like I said, if you wanted a lot more heat in it, the red pepper flakes, you could have added more, but this is what I was looking for. Let me put the camera down and I'll weigh it real quick so we can get an idea of what I ended up with versus what I started with. Alright, so you can see my racks are all empty and I've got all my jerky over here on the plate, on the scale. So in the end, after everything's said and done, you're looking at about 14.5 ounces. Now to be fair, I did do a little taste testing because you have to. So it was probably closer to 15 ounces, but still 15 ounces at $16 versus 10 ounces at $13, you know, from the pictures that I had earlier. You're not saving a ton of money, but what you are getting is beef jerky that doesn't have 3 paragraphs of ingredients. I mean, I know what I put into it, and with this, you can also adjust it, the flavors. I could have added honey, could add teriyaki, could have added cayenne if I wanted more heat. So you can kind of do whatever it is you want to do. But I'm really happy with this. So I'm going to come in probably with a pair of scissors, cut this up, and put it in bags for this next week or two coming up. And we will call it a win for today. So if you look too, one thing to point out, for me, my beef jerky, if you go to bend it, See, it doesn't have that hard snap. If I'd have left this in for another hour or two, it would have gotten that real crisp beef jerky that some people like. For me, I like it a little softer. So this is what I was looking for though, and I'm happy with it. So I may end up doing some deer jerky coming up, but this is going to be it for today, and that was the process that I went through. So if everybody liked it, let me know, and I will see if I can't get some more videos up here in the next week or two. But thank you for coming back, and I hope everybody has a good weekend.